hat like a dude. He's a dude.
He's a bro.
He's a fucking bro.
Cargo short wearing bro.
Yes, at night.
In the club.
At night.
Who wear
flip-flops and cargo shorts in the club at night?
In the club at night.
That's so strange, bro.
At night.
I can't even with that guy.
Okay.
Jeff, go fuck yourself.
At night, alright?
Okay.
It's at night.
Well, so that leads us to our next topic. I wanted to. So Vaughn and I met at a UCB class. We started taking UCB as an improv.
Cool.
They offered in New York and LA.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty cool experience, and I know Vaughn has some things to say about it. But we had our first show, right? We had our first show. Like, so when you take a class, basically you were preparing for however long it is. If you take the intensive, you're preparing for 2 weeks.
Hold on. Before you get into this, I don't think that a lot of people in our audience might not know what UCB is.
Improv Upright Citizens Brigade?
Yeah. I'm just saying, like,
so
explain what these classes do. Like,
Okay, sure. So this is basically it's first started by Amy Poehler had an improv group, and they were called Upright.
ASCAP, right?
Well, I think they were called Upright Citizen Brigade.
Okay.
And then that's how it started because they started their own company because it got so popular.
Yeah.
And basically what they do at UCB is they teach improv. So basically they teach forms, they teach what you should say, whatever.
So you guys met at one of these classes?
Yeah. Our first UCB class we met and so we spent a lot of time together because like 2 weeks, like I don't know how long was the class, like 3 hours long, something like that.
Yeah.
And then we're hanging out and like
we were hanging out outside of class.
Outside of class and stuff. And so you're preparing for a performance. Basically, after the class is over, you perform in front of an audience. And so that was cool. So we were all decided to meet up at this bar/restaurant right beside the UCB theater.
Okay.
And we're just sitting there. Vaughn's not there yet, but we're all hanging out. Everybody's ordering. And I don't remember who it was, but there was another girl there, and she was really excited about the menu. And Vaughn comes in, and she wants to show her excitement to Vaughn by telling him what's so great about the menu. You remember what she said?
She was like, they got Vaughn, they got chicken and waffles, and I was like, I'm a vegetarian. At the time, I wasn't eating meat, so it was true. But at the same time, I was like, but I miss her to Drew. I was like, I do eat fucking meat. She's fucking sick for saying that to me. But it is. Hey, she was trying to connect with me because she ended up being cool. Yeah. But we first of all,
was
every girl.
Funny, or
I don't know what she was. Okay. She was just.
No,
she was really trying to connect.
I think
she was genuine. She was really trying to connect with me because eventually she ended up like giving me her number and was just like, you know what I mean. But at the same time, it was a situation where everybody in LA is trying to be an actor or get like a movie role or something. So what producers and people tell them to, and casting companies, they tell them, oh, go build up your resume, go do UCB, go do all these other favorite things that have nothing to do really with acting so you can become uninhibited and be a better actor.
Yeah. Okay.
So we had a bunch of chicks that did not care about comedy, didn't care about political correctness or any of that shit, or just didn't even think fully through before they talked. They just were like, I'm a model, I want to be an actress or whatever the fuck.
My agent told me to do this.
Yeah, so I'm here. That's what we had. We was dealing with a whole bunch of like hot bimbos basically.
Nice. And it was like when it happened, I like immediately cringed and I looked at you and I was just like, when you said that, I was like, oh my god, this is fucking hilarious. But like, it's like she was being genuine. It was like some indirect ass racism. It was like she wasn't meaning it.
Was she like blank faced, like she didn't know what she was talking about?
No, she was just like she said it just like without thinking about it. She was just like she just like, oh, black people like chicken and waffles. Hey, Vaughn, it's like some stereotypical ass.
And I was the only one there, so I was just like, you know what? Hey,
yeah, it's like
I'm a vegetarian actually.
Jesus.
And I feel like, I guess like we said, she was cool and she was genuine. She didn't really mean it in a harmful way, but it's just like it's like that's weird.
Yeah,
I mean, it bums me out to say that I've seen that happen more times than I want to my friends.
But you know what? It really is. It's upbringing, like, and then it's television, and then people. A lot of people don't take time to expand their mind. So, and then they relate one thing to a whole group of people
Oh,
instead of
absolutely.
just individuals.
Absolutely.
You
I mean,
know?
me and Drew grew up in the South, so we're
We've seen
we see
our fair
gamut,
share.
man.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you did. Me and Drew talked about that
this
before.
point to that point, dude. Like full
Yeah.
blown, and just like
Like,
you know.
I got a whole bunch of friends that come from the South, and they immediately start to just like, okay, I'm gonna date these type of girls and these. They just like go crazy because they wasn't able to do that back at home.
Yeah.
They just start, I'm expanding.
So
man.
I'm just curious now, like you mentioned, like in Dallas, you did a show that it seemed like you had a racing experience, and I'm wondering if you see any expectations from people, or like you're seeing racist experience besides the one in Dallas of like they want you to do, because we were talking about earlier about the black people do this, white people do this kind of comedy or whatever. I don't know if you have any.
The way I base my material is I base my material off of individual experiences and just like experiences that we can all relate to as people. Situational. That's why it's good to be more articulate, and so you can describe a situation to people, even if that situation only is particular to my environment. I can still make you understand how you should feel if it was to happen to you.
Yeah,
for sure.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Do you play off of other comics like styles ever, or you?
I did at first, but then it never. When I did that, I never had any connection to my material.
So it didn't feel personal.
So it did not feel personal at all. It was more so I was chasing the laugh, and now I'm so focused on trying to make myself laugh.
So you're building it.
Yeah, so I'm building my own style and myself. Like I do things to make myself laugh, because if I'm happy with it, then I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? It's not if you love something and you're passionate about it, it's not about being the best at it. It's about being the best you can be.
That's what this is, man.
You know what I mean?
I know. I feel like a lot of people can relate to that. Like your audiences will see that. Your audiences are going to see that you genuinely whatever you're talking about. You're either passionate about it or you know how to make that scenario funny.
Yeah.
Because that's what your job is. Your job is to make people laugh about these scenarios that you want to talk about.
Yeah, basically, like I got a bit where I talk about my sister. She's in an interracial relationship, and when you look at interracial relationships, you think about the differences, not so much as the individual. And I try to point out in the bit that I'm like focused on the individual. Why is my sister like this particular person? And I basically pull a card where my sister is. I feel like she didn't give her own race a chance, because my sister, she only dates white dudes, which is not a problem. But
This is what she's into.
But she doesn't date like quality white dudes. She dates like the hip hop. Not even Jeff. She dates the white dude that white chicks are like, you need to get your shit together, bro. We can't even rock with you. She dates the equivalent of the fat white chick that ends up with the skinny black dude and has like the hood kids. So that's what kind of dudes my sister's into. She's into like white dudes, but they're really black dudes not really black dudes, but they're really niggas in the sense, because niggas in the negative context, because if you follow the doctrine that Louis C.K. and Chris Rock painted, where there's a difference between brothers and niggas, she dates the white niggas. So
she moves to the South.
Yeah, like she dates like the white trash dudes, like the dudes that are not really trying to do shit with stuff. Like, for instance, I talk about in the bit about how the dude, he just lays around all day, he bones my sister, and now my sister is pregnant by him, and my sister goes to work, and he fucking rolls up weed on my fucking counter, because my sister lives with me, and I pay all the fucking bills, so I'm like, I don't want to see that shit. Why you couldn't get like a George Clooney or something? Or a fucking Matthew McConaughey. I wanted one of those guys. I want to be proud of my white brother-in-law. Or whatever the fuck you guys are.
That's good.
That's good. Oh shit.
I like that. I like the dynamic of like bringing in the individual out of those other relationships.
Yeah.
Because I think like it's getting to the point where it's hacky that like people want or comedians are just focusing on stereotypes.
Exactly, and that's what they're all doing to like get ahead. It's like It's like you look at these new female comedians and they're basically models because they all look good. They're all in shape.
Yeah.
Like you look, and I'm not even mentioning names, but we all know they end up coming out with a Netflix special, and you're like, I never heard of this chick.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
You just look up at the billboard, it's like, oh, okay,
Right.
she's hot and she's pretty,
It's like,
and then you listen to her special, she's like, dating's hard for me because I can't get a man. You're like, bullshit. I'll do you right now on the stage, right here,
in front of everyone.
in front of everybody.
It's
Donkey fuck.
It, like, I don't know if we wanted to get in. I don't know if we. I probably could keep talking about this forever, but I don't know if we want to get into that because the children's book with the children writers. What were we talking about?
Yeah, that's essentially. It's essentially because these chicks they get into stand up.
Okay.
And they have no real voice, so they focus more on the business side.
Exactly. Like,
Which is similar to like my other situation I have that I'm mad about. Child is like I recently read a story about these child book writers who have no kids and they write books for children, which doesn't make any fucking sense to me.
Yeah.
Because how can you write books for children and you don't know children? You don't have any children.
Yeah.
That's how. Who are you doing this for?
It seems like the epitome of people like in any kind of industry now where they're just trying to advance because they think it's going to better them. But like they're not putting anything that they know into their work.
There's no passion or connection with it. It's about the money. You know what I'm saying? It's a hustle because they know that parents are gonna buy anything for their fucking kids.
It's like the dude. Do you know the dude that invented K-cups? You know the K-cups for Keurig, like the little individual packets.
Yeah.
He decided that he was like, I don't even own one of those. They're too expensive to have, and he's like embarrassed about the waste. Like he invented them, but he doesn't even like them.
He's
just like,
are you serious?
Yeah, he invented them making millions of dollars, but he's just like
millions is understatement, bro. That dude's killing it.
He's killing it.
Like,
But it's just like why
every
are you?
office got that shit.
Like for instance, the author of this child book, I don't know the person's name because I didn't care to know. All it would do is make me mad at this one individual when there's multiple of them. It's a book called, I think it's called The Prince and I, where they try to explore sexuality for like elementary school kids. But problem with sexuality in elementary school kids is elementary school kids shouldn't know about sexuality.
Yeah, it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? You're just two little boys holding fucking hands, playing on a playground. You're wrestling with each other. That doesn't mean that you want to fucking go all Brokeback Mountain on each other.
Ooh.
It just
reach around. Reach around.
You know what I mean? You're exploring each other's bodies. You're kids.
Yeah.
That's what kids do. They're curious about things. That doesn't mean that they're bi-curious. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you start introducing those factors to children, then the children's mind starts thinking that they're, you know what I'm saying, that they're in tune with this, or that's how they identify themselves because some adult put it in the back of their fucking brain. Because you know your brain nothing ever leaves your brain. The brain takes in everything, even if it's bad shit.
That's the whole idea of like nature versus nurture. Like what do we naturally know? What do we naturally do? Like we breathe and all that stuff is inside of us. We know to breathe because it keeps us alive.
Mm-hmm.
But nurture, like people that are, it's like their parents. What our parents teach us? So like when you're a kid, if you're doing all these things and you're exploring, you have no idea what you're doing. But if somebody says something to you like that's homosexual, don't do that. Then like, what's homosexual? What are you talking about? What do you know?
Now I'm this.
Now
You just fucking plugged me as this. Now
I meant to tell you guys about something. So you just said that's second nature is to breathe and chill, right?
Mm-hmm.
So me and Drew have been talking a lot about these like VR headsets that have been coming out.
Yeah.
So there's three of them, three major ones, right? The HTC joint, that's the Vive, and like the Gear, and then the PlayStation Oculus, and then the PlayStation TV thing, or the PlayStation VR, whatever. Anyway, that shit's taking over this. I swear to you, you're gonna see that shit all over the place.
Oh yeah.
This holiday season.
They're getting tired of gaming systems. The Nintendo 64 is old.
Oh yeah. My dude. So check this out. There is something coming out this year. I think it's this year, where it's literally you're in VR, right? You're full on whatever, and I think it may be in space or something. Like you just had you're in a space station that just blew up, and you're outside, and you have to remember to breathe and stuff like that.
Oh,
like
that's
you have to keep tapping to breathe, like on like on your breath points or whatever, like
They're making that shit too real.
like super real, like dude, insane. But like it's all sorts of stuff. Like you gotta remember to move and to do all sorts of stuff. It's like I don't know. You know how they had those brain exercise games on phones and stuff, like that type of shit.
What is that website called where they have all these brain feeders or something like that?
Something like that.
I don't know.
Where they have all these different tactics to make your brain exercise
like
and build strength in your brain.
It's like
and
that, only you're fully immersed, like in this whole thing. Like,
I think that's terrible because we already have like a problem with obesity in this country.
Yeah.
Nobody would ever leave their living room.
It's like if you can live a whole life in like sitting in a chair, like doing virtual reality like that. It's scary. It's weird to think about.
It's super weird, but there's one of them that we talked about a couple previous episodes. Is this one where it's set up to get the full experience.
Mm-hmm.
They ask you to devote a small room in your house to it. So it's for rich folks, right? Mm-hmm. So anyways, it's like they want a 12 by 12 room or whatever. You put these sensors in the corners, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're literally walking and moving and ducking and whatever, fighting, holding these things, and like when you reach down, you see your arm reach down.
Dude,
and it's how fucking creepy is that?
It's weird. I just saw the first.
Think about, dude, you know what I saw when I was looking up all this stuff about this?
What?
You know what the porn industry's doing with this?
Bruh,
they're putting people and they're making them feel like they're actually fucking Jenna Jameson.
Well, not even just that. They'll send you Jenna Jameson's butt or something. Like it's
like as a kit, like
it's like a kit.
Oh, the kit, the little prosthetic limb shit. And you're really feeling like you're seeing her. She's in the
No,
virtual.
she's
like,
there.
Oh my
She's
God.
there.
Oh my
How
god.
wild is
Dude,
that?
I saw a
It's
clip
gonna be so fun.
online.
It's gonna be like Wall-E in 10
just-
years.
It's gonna be just nut in the living room. It's gonna be
sitting in
nut
chairs.
and fucking food everywhere. It's just fucking
Doritos,
Just fucking.
You got-
Some of them are not even gonna put on their clothes. They're just gonna have Jenna Jameson, the fucking prosthetic ass, just on their lap while they're eating and just busting and coming and eating at the same time. Just releasing and eating at the same time. Fucking and shooting too, because you know they're gonna eventually come.